I've got one more thing I've got to do before I can pop over to live, but I think I'm going to drop over to Riftopia. I won't be more than a moment, though, guys. At least I don't think it will be. How are you? How are you doing, Huntress? How are you, Firefly? I apologize for not being here when you guys came in immediately. Kitties are a touch on the demanding side this morning. I think that the whole awake thing puts you almost light years ahead of me at the moment. Although I'm sure once I get the laundry going, I'll have woken up a little bit, maybe, hopefully. I think. All right, I think I am going to bounce over to do that here when the Riftopia battle is ready and we have kicked some butt. Otherwise, it'll be at least 5 minutes and I will definitely miss it. I don't think it's going to be longer than 5 minutes, though. So that much is good, right? Maybe? But all of her children are contentedly eating or have theoretically eaten. our raid target today will absolutely be another Riftopia captain. Thank you for the lurk, Decaf. Much appreciated, my friend. Okay. Does that mean you're live? Should go check that out. Starts battle. We don't have a ton of troops in there, but they also don't have a ton of troops, probably because we don't. I'm not complaining. Nice. Sudden Papyrus. I think that's my most consistent contributor recently. It's much appreciated. We need to find their battles. I'm not gonna have that many. It's still early. We are going to have a hard off stream today, like a set time that I absolutely must get off stream today. Uh, but that'll be for a little bit. That won't be for a bit yet. All right, I'm gonna go start the laundry stuff. Should I leave Riftopia up, or do you want to watch cats run around? I wish they were my cats, but you know, the digital cats. Which do you prefer? This is your stream for the next without my chaos for like 10 minutes. Not even 10 minutes. Hopefully, it should only be like 5 minutes. I just got to throw everything in the load. That hello, Angel. How are you? Eating ice cream sounds nummy. Okay. All right, let's come over here. If you guys have not made it over to EK Rose Wright's live stream on YouTube, feel free to make it over to her stream here on Twitch. Yes, there is a train in my background. I apologize for that. Okay, so I'm over at EK's chat. We're talking about the ice cream. Sounds beautiful. We were talking about becoming partner in the category. Part of what we need is we still need 10,000 people to follow the writers and readers. Um, so I'm going to tell you guys the same thing I've said before. The writers and reading category needs to get to 10,000 subscribers, followers, whatever. We're not there yet, but I know we can be. We've got such a growing community. Hmm. Okay. Okay. Forgive me, guys. I am in the middle of this conversation with EK about um, partnership. Okay. Mm. Okay, we're getting ready for our 20 minutes. So this is what's going to have to happen for today, because I have to do a recording. Okay, so we got ads in 5 minutes. I'm I'm okay. I'm kind of scattered. I've got to get this recording done. I've been trying to get it done. Hmm. Did I do that right? I don't even know. Hopefully it did. Okay, so we got a battle. Let's get over there. Why didn't that start? Oh, that's not comfortable. Refresh. I, I'm assuming that is an automatic loss if that doesn't if that glitch, but I don't know. It's coming. Okay, there we go. All right, come on, Chaos Cats. I know I wasn't talking to your little furry butt staring at me. Ooh. Okay, so we're in battle. I think we got this. I don't think we have enough troops. Oh no, we do have enough troops. There's only three of them. We have enough troops. I am unmuted, right? You guys can hear me? Sudden Papyrus, you are awesome. Thank you. Okay. Wonderful. Thank you. How are you doing, Huntress? Why are you not working with me, machine? Okay. I'm glad you're doing all right. Hmm. Okay. let's get over to here. Okay, so right after ads, after we get on the other side of ads, I've got to prep for the recording. Hmm. Oh, this one isn't mine. This is Mama's. Okay, it's half used, and this one Mother's. Okay, guys, sorry. I just it's gonna be a different kind of stream. Hello, Goose Rider. How are you? Okay. All right, I'm gonna take the headphones off, and then we're gonna pivot. That's another lesson I've learned. Hello, coffee. Okay, we need to mute that. So I still have not gotten all of the recording that I planned on getting done this weekend because heat, honestly. You could. Okay, that wasn't actually a video, that was EK Rose Writes. I thought I had her muted on our stream. Oh, okay. Yeah, I also had EK was we were talking about Creators Club and gratitude and sharing and how so many in our generation are working to fix the concept of not accepting help when we need it or when it's offered. Um, I when I was younger, I always had the philosophy, and I think everybody does, of you don't. No, of course you don't. I had the philosophy of, if I can't do it on my own, it's not worth doing. Can't. And if I say yes to something, that I must get it done. There's no good excuse for me not to, etc., etc. And while I think it's important that we have drive and motivation by whatever means necessary in many cases, I get it. But a friend of mine put it into perspective a long time ago. And she sat down and she asked me, "Do you get joy when you do for others? And do you are you happy when you can help somebody? Does it make you happy to be able to see them get better, get to whatever they're doing, whatever it is you're helping them with?" And of course, the answer is yes. So she asked me after that, exactly. So if we can be happy from helping others, why are we robbing others of that joy? That's what she asked me. Why was I saying no every time she offered to help me? Yeah, that's what she said to me. Was exactly that. Why was I standing in the way of somebody else's joy by not allowing them to help me? It's been a lot of years since I heard that and I'm still struggling with it. But it echoes in my mind all the time. Like all the time because I am that stubborn. I am sure you haven't noticed. It was a big deal for me to put out that fundraiser at the beginning of the year. That about killed me. Here, obviously, we needed it. We needed the help. We had no heat. We had no water. And I had no way of getting that money faster. Believe me, I tried, and I am grateful to everyone who was kind enough to help. And even if it was just sharing it, that was huge. That's yeah, yeah. Because if it were just me, it would not have been a thing. I'd have made it through. I don't know what I would have done, but I'd have done something. I think that's the right question. Two of these. If I grab the wrong one, I'm going to be very disappointed in myself. That would be the wrong one. This is the right one. But thank you. But I think it's a pretty valid point. And if it's important to us to spread joy and to be the positive force in the community around us, we need to be willing to adjust. We need to be willing to accept the help that we offer to others. And we need to be willing to give ourselves grace. We need to be willing to give ourselves the room to do what we need to do. Even if that takes us more time. I mean, I started off today in a very bad place, to be honest with you. Strangely enough, having a conversation about gratitude changes your perspective on things. We need to clip your nails again? We just clipped her nails. Anyway, so those are my thoughts. That's what I was talking to EK about, and that's what we were just um, going over. I am. I've been talking about doing this newsletter thing for a month now. So I'm hopeful that this will be the help for some that need it. Sorry, firm believer in full coverage. I hate not looking put together in my videos. It's just a little thing that bugs the snot out of me. So we're getting put together before I put the video on. Not extravagant. Although to be perfectly honest, I am absolutely the person who wants to start doing like big rainbow decorations on my face before I sit here and deliver some important bit of knowledge. Or my niece who does special effects makeup, I would like her to come over here and do her special effects stuff for me. On a day that I can binge record and like do like a butterfly crawling out of my face, but or something silly that ends up being really pretty. I think that would be funny. She insists that she can't make money doing this job, doing special effects makeup, except that besides Hollywood, people that we actually have a studio here in town that would probably love to have her volunteer. I should call them. I'm really good about doing that for other people. I should call them. It's not? Well, that sucks. All right, I will look into that. I need to remake some of those designs and put them up elsewhere anyway. Okay. Nothing to be sorry for. I appreciate the notice. I used to have lashes. I remember when I was little, I had a wonderful conversation with this beautiful woman who really wanted my lashes. She wouldn't want them right now. So, how many kitties do we have? Because I forgot to shut it down. How long do we have? Oh, we have a battle to start. That's what we have. Let's kick some Riftopia butt. If you're going to be sticking around for the recording coffee, do you mind playing chat guide when I go into record mode? Oh, Riftopia is awesome. I bought all my kitties except one because they included a boat ton of fun um, Easter eggs. Yeah, Huntress is always lurking. Huntress is awesome and incredibly helpful. So, speaking of, any chance they extended this any longer? I haven't. I was gonna go into the Discord right after stream today so I could figure that out. Oh, way way easier than you think right now. Coffee. Just go to riftopia.gg because awesome call. I figured, but you know, I don't want to go without it again. I just don't. Oh, shoot. I didn't make it longer so I could record. That's. Shoot. We may end up starting early because I screwed that up. But you could get set up. It might be the last day, but you could totally get set up coffee. Get yourself connected, and then the next play test or beta or whatever it is before or when we get to play again, you'll be ready. And the Discord. Do we? I have to get a Discord link for you so you could join the Riftopia Discord. Caffeinated quills. Oh, that that fits. Well, we know what your team name is. Honestly, you are in the Discord. Okay. All the more reason why you need to be in there. I was actually surprised you hadn't made it into the play test, or that you hadn't gotten in the play test. Okay, are we doing loud colors or neutral colors? You swamped with 20,000 other things? Never. Not coffee. Coffee would never overwhelm herself with stuff. Ever. Totally. Is the sarcasm clear? If it's not, allow me to work on that. You think you're detecting it, maybe? Honestly, I'm very proud of you for not putting more on your plate than necessary. For you, that's a challenge. And I am grateful that you were good to you. She's laughing that hard, she's snorting. That's where that comes from. All right, I guess we're going neutral colors because I can't find my others. So I guess this will be it. I'm not trying to do anything crazy. I just want to not be flat. So I guess we'll give this next 20 minutes, which I wasn't planning, to do this real fast, and then we will begin the recording. What I had asked earlier, Coffee, was if you would be willing to, if you're going to stick around for some of this, if you would be willing to explain to anybody who comes in while I'm recording that I'm recording. Ooh, I'm glad you got the new ones. At least that's a beautiful thing. Does make the cooking thing a little bit more challenging, but I have faith in you, Angel. Honestly, we've been working without a proper, like a full-fledged stove combo for years. We got a really nice countertop oven that has been absolutely heaven sent. Hello, Juxtapositor. How are you? And how is Maggie? A remarkably frustrating video game. Do I want to know? Do I want to know what that one is? All right. Oh, very cool. I think that we have um, gotten completely set up for a regular event thing that's going to be going on here. Um, oh, that's at 100%. Okay, that makes perfect sense to me. So there's that. There's this. Um, and I'm thinking about grabbing some of my dad's stuff that we've got to go through that he wants to put up for sale and list and bringing some of that to our spot. Good morning, Kendar. How are you? All right, lashes. I wish I could do more. Well, I can. I'm going to put something on my lip there before I hit record, but I guess that'll be it for now. We've got about 10 minutes on Riftopia. Feel free to drop in your troops. After this run, we will be doing a longer. I will be recording basically a talking head video. Once I have done so, I actually have someone I'm going to have do some work for me and have them edit in some slides and stuff so we can put it up on the channel. But somebody, hello, Shadow Legion. I didn't realize you were so far behind me. Okay. So you come over here. I need to adjust a couple of things for recording before I begin the recording. That probably helps in the sound department, huh? During the recording, I will not be talking to chat, not because I don't love you, but so that I can get the recording done completely. None of the alerts or anything will work on the other channel or other scene. We are definitely waiting on the train. Well, that's my happy little mess. How do I fix this? Ideally without crying. Today is definitely one of those days. Maybe I should just give up videos. It's not gonna work. I think. Totally not spiraling. I can do this. I can figure this out. This is why I do this usually on Meet because it gives me a background that I don't panic about sharing. I don't really feel like that's a good representation of somebody who is doing what I've been doing for as long as I've been doing it. I also don't know that I have a choice, do I? Sweet. I almost won. Almost over. No, it's not. They have 12. I not looked at the right numbers. We didn't have enough. It has been on the freezing thing a lot recently. Well, today. What time is it going down, Huntress? Mm. Okay. If someone's background is this bad, would you guys be upset watching a video like this? I've got the knowledge. I hate that my presentation doesn't match that. Welcome back. Let's see if I can do something so that I don't. Nope, I guess not. I can do that, which is the worst of my background. But then I have an open black space that it won't matter, and that looks just as up. The heat. This would have been done properly set up. already, if not for the heat. Okay. All right, if any of my mods that are in the chat could please inform the chat as we go that I am in recording and that I will be chatting with the chat in a few minutes. Once I am done recording, I am going to start discussing newsletters for anybody who is interested in learning some of the things that I've learned as to what works and why it works. Um, and why it's the first thing you should be doing and the main thing you should be cultivating as far as my research and experience. And I've been terrible at it myself, but when I'm on it, it is the difference. I think somebody once recommended that I should bring some more energy to the video stuff, so I will attempt to do that. How, at this moment in time, though, I do not have all the. Yeah, let's kill that. So help me if she just did what I think she did. She would have I'm going to have a very unhappy kitty. Okay, so we're going to discuss newsletters. Newsletters are should be the primary cornerstone to marketing for authors, particularly those of us who are busy and trying to get things done besides writing, because it's one of the easiest ways that we connect directly with readers. Excuse me. That in mind, um, I've done a handful of tests over the years that I've been writing, and every single time I test, I do three things. One, I make sure that I am using a completely new pen name, something nobody has seen before. That I start off with at least two stories, not one. Generally, they're short stories. I generally do this for fiction, although I have done one test for nonfiction as well. Um, so you've got a completely unknown person. You've got two completely fresh stories. One becomes a reader magnet, which is the free giveaway to bring your readers in, and one becomes the book you're going to sell. And then after I've got that set up, I write the first 5 emails. The first 5 emails are the welcome email, which is just 5 or 6 lines of "So glad you signed up. Here is your delivery. Here's your reader magnet. Have a great day." Follow up a couple of days later, should be about 3 days later, and that follow up email is simply, "I just wanted to make sure that you received your copy. I am looking forward to hearing about your thoughts. They are valued, that kind of thing. Grateful." And make sure to include the link again, just in case, because of course there's a chance they hadn't downloaded it yet, and you're getting back in the inbox and connecting with them and making sure they have it. And the third email after you've done the welcome should be your introduction. This should be your, "So glad you signed up. I'm sure by now you've had the chance to pick up this reader magnet. If you haven't, here's the link again." Yes, a third time. And then tell them a little bit about you, your writing career, and the things that you are working on. Just a touch. You don't want to get too deep. You want to talk a little bit about your experience. But more importantly, you go into the PS and you ask them about themselves. Or even better yet, you go into the last paragraph, ask them about themselves, and in the PS, you tell them they just need to hit reply to this email. Both methods work. The goal is engagement. So that's what you're doing in the third email. So, first time, you want to hear about them. Can't build a relationship if you don't have a person to build that relationship with. Your fourth email is a follow up to that, and that is a uh, let's discuss the things that may come up in the newsletter and how they can contribute, and ask them for a review if they haven't read the book that you're sold. Then you ask them to grab it and leave a review. So you want to shape that however works best for you. The email after that, number 5, is just you getting into your regular flow. And so each of these, up until this last to the fifth email, are coming out about 3 days apart. And in the fifth email, you're coming out a week. And everyone going forward, you should have about a week ahead. Theoretically, if you are so disciplined, you can write 52 letter emails and schedule them out for the whole year. You could once a year, schedule your entire newsletter for the whole year. And you're using whatever program you're using after you've written these letters will allow you to they're called autoresponders. You're going to be able to schedule these so that people will receive them and get those coming in. Now, these are not a launch sequence. This is just your regular email. And your regular email program plan ideally will initially start off with a 4 emails about daily events, things you're going to that are not necessarily book related, things that allow you to connect with your readers, questions from readers, sharing a book suggestion, something that is not a major ask. You do need your social medias in there, so you'll need to make sure you have at least one email early on that talks about social media and invites them to wherever you would normally post. So again, you're building rapport, you're building connection, and you want to make sure that they're directed to where they can connect with you. Your regular emails can be very, very simple. If you don't want to schedule them way ahead, which is a time saver for many of us, you can send them out every week. And all you have to do there is a summary of the week. And when you do it that way, if you are, for example, producing content here on YouTube, or perhaps you are doing so on Facebook or elsewhere, you're doing Facebook Lives, you're doing Instagram, you can connect those links to VODs or other things that may have that stored, or the transcript, and just send that out to your newsletter subscribers without having to do a lot of writing every week. that is a totally acceptable and reasonable process, because the point of what you're doing is to connect with them. And if your process will allow you to connect with your readers, then it's 100% worth it. Your launch sequence will look a little bit different when it's time. You're not going to interrupt your weekly flow. You're going to let that set it, forget it if you've done that. And if you're not, you're going to still continue to do your weekly flow. But let's say you've got in that weekly flow, you've done 4 things that are about other non-book related, and 1 thing that is about your book, the project you're working on, the project you've got coming out, the cover reveal. Uh, Cover reveal should be part of your launch sequence. Sorry, but like whatever it is you're working on, give them an excerpt, a couple of paragraphs you're really proud of. This is so 4 about other things, 1 about you, and this is your regular flow. And then your launch sequence is entirely about your book. When the time comes, your launch sequence should start 3 months out. It should start as a dribble. It should start trickle, and it does not have to come in on your regular schedule. So if your regular schedule is Fridays, your email goes out on Fridays, and everyone is used to seeing your email on Fridays. Wonderful. But now you're getting ready to launch. Let's say your launch is September 1st. So you are going to start talking about your book in your regular sequence. You've had that scheduled in. You've had segments, excerpts, talk and discussion about probable pre-order or whatever other plans you might have. And that's going to be part of the discussions that you're throwing out there about your stuff. If you're getting a really good response, you can adjust that sequence from 4 things about other people and 1 thing about you, and then repeat, or 4 things about other things and 1 thing about your books, I guess would be more specific. Or you can bring it down to 3 things about other people and 1. Either way, you need to pay attention to your numbers to see the results, to know how to tweak it so it works better for your newsletter. That numbers you're looking for, open rates, you're looking for like how often are people opening it, but you're also looking for how many people are clicking on links if you're asking for it, how many people are replying to you. These are the numbers that will lead you to understand what you need to get done as far as adjusting your newsletter frequency, adjusting your newsletter type of conversations. If you're finding your most engaged posts are your ones about your books, then that's the one, then you want to bring it from 4 and 1 to 3 and 1. Yeah. Forgive me. I do have my cheat sheet in front of me, but I'm trying to do this as well as I can remember, so I do apologize. These are all the practices that I have found them to be the most consistent. So your welcome sequence, just in summary, is just that. It's a welcome email, follow up email, um, your introduction, an introduction to your backlist, and a regular life update. Those are pretty solid. Ask questions at the end of everything. You want to engage with your readers. You want them to come back to you on a regular basis. If they're responding, you want to make sure that you are responding. I usually do, because I don't have the spoons to sit there and monitor my email inbox all the time. So I sit down and I do that within 48 hours of when I send it out. So again, if I send it out on Friday, then I will kind of periodically check my email and respond between Friday and Sunday. And then if there's one there when I go to send out the next newsletter, then I'll respond when I go to send the next newsletter out. It won't be before that. By the way, you can tell your readers that at any point in your sequence. With your launch sequence, you need to trickle out the information 3 months ahead. Oh, look, here is this thing, here is that thing of related to your book. Hopefully you've been already discussing it, so they're not surprised. Um, then you get into your cover reveal. And again, this is not on your regular schedule. These are just kind of pop-up emails. And then after your cover reveal, you might have another excerpt or a freebie or a preview. And after that preview, you're going to ask for beta readers, or you're going to ask for reviewers or alpha readers, something that gets them engaged. And this group gets segmented off. Segments will be explained in your Mailchimp or MailerLite or whatever program you're using. You're going to request, so those who volunteer to read and review ahead of time. This is for the third book you're producing, at least if you were doing it my way. Um, and your reader magnet, by the way, doesn't have to be a book. It just doesn't. It could be anything. But for the next book that you are producing, whether it is 3 or 12 or 50, this is. Sorry, I've got background cat noises. Sorry if you're hearing them. Um, After you've put out these little trickles about the specific book you're getting ready to release, include your pre-order link the minute it goes live. That goes to your full list as well as your new segmented list of beta reviewers. Any giveaways or things that you can do for your beta reviewers, do that. These are your core audience. These are the people who are going to be most active in your community. So you want to reward them in some way. You want to encourage them. You want to welcome them. They are part of what's shaping things for you. So they are going to be your closest individuals. And these are, I apologize. This is really getting distracting. I love my fur babies, but this is really getting distracting. So I'm going to just summarize this real quick. I've already told you about your welcome sequence. I've told you about trickling out your stuff all the way through. I told you about the frequency. Once a week, it should be start off as 4 about other things and 1 about your books. If you're getting good responses, then make it 3 about other things and 1 about your books. If you're getting good responses, respond to emails in 48 out for 48 hours from which you send out your email, not 48 hours from when they email you. 48 hours, and then respond to them again at the end of that week when you're getting ready to send out new emails and looking for more responses. Uh, your footer should always have your social media links in it. You should have at least 1 image in the construction because it helps. It is more engaging for your readers. Cover reveal can be done in 1 email, can be done in a few emails, but a cover reveal, if you have it, is a wonderful tool. If you have already segmented a list of beta readers, they get the cover reveal before your main list. It's part of how you are incentivizing and cultivating your community. Uh, Make sure that you are following up where you can and including things besides just your books, because again, people want to get to know you as a person and you want to get to know them. That's again cultivating community. The results will be there, I promise. I am done rambling. I will give you more information in the next one. Love you guys. Okay, so I don't, I don't think you missed much. It's just me apparently rambling because partway through my cats are doing things they shouldn't be doing. And it became distracting. I don't know if it even got picked up with the microphone. Boy, did it distract me. And I guess it worked out. I don't really have. All right. Um, I think right after this battle, I'm gonna raid, and then I'm gonna crawl into a corner for a few minutes because I really hate that video. I hate what I did. I hate the way it ended. I hate how distracted I was. I will be here. Well, Riftopia will be here. I will be right back. I hope you're doing well, Angel. Okay, so we got about 15 minutes. That was probably one of the worst videos I've ever recorded, and I will not be releasing that. I am doing the best I can to not feel pointless right now. I realize I'm not. I'm just frustrated. I can't. I can't even get timing right. I want to actually do something that's going to be beneficial somewhere, but I can't. That's what I'm learning is that I can't. But on a good note, we can play some Riftopia, we kick some butt, and we can look at kitties that are not driving me nuts. We are going to raid Kindar the Tiger Rights as soon as this battle is over. Here's another Riftopia captain. Sorry. It's important to me that when I produce a video, it's going to actually be useful for people. I think I just damaged myself this morning. What happens? Good times on my friend. Enjoy dinner. I love you. There's nothing to be sorry for. Enjoy. Should be over here. Kitties are far more interesting. I'm not going to try to do the recording at this point. How are you doing, Tier? I'm glad you've been able to work on story stuff. That's good. Not sleepy, not tired, just dreaming. I get how that goes. And no, I just tried to record a video while my cat in the background doing crazy stuff, and didn't have a good background behind me, so the production stuff was stuck in my head. No, I'm fine. I'm spiraling, but I'm fine. Thanks. I I just know that when I do these, I want to be helpful. I want to know I'm doing good for people. And if you're being distracted by all the little stuff that's distracting me, is probably a good chance I'm not being so good for people. I'm trying. We'll get it figured out, right? That should be fun. When is it expected? That is true. Mhm. Are we back? No, not yet. Okay, good. Hmm. Okay. All right, we got 13 minutes on our Stream Raiders battle. Sometimes, yeah, let's kick some butt. I think we got this one. Welcome in, Raiders. Welcome, EK. It is a pleasure to see you. How are you? We did good. We're real quick gonna drop this in here. Thank you so much for the sub. I appreciate you. Thank you for the follow, Kiwi. I hope you enjoy the book. How was your stream? I'm sorry I missed the end of it. Oh, I did 45 minutes. We are not doing 45 minutes. I meant to fix that. I did not. Yeah, guys, we are definitely starting this battle early. All right, my friends. Yeah, I thought the conversation was great too. Uh, It is absolutely wonderful when you meet such brilliant people and get the chance to talk to them all. We did have a great conversation. Um, all right, my friends, we're actually be up for another 30 minutes. Thank you guys so much for coming in with the raid. Welcome to the stream. It is a pleasure to see you, pleasure to have you. Every time you say hello, you get a kitty on the screen. They walk around, mew, get into stuff, eat food. It's adorable. Exclamation mark cat cafe will get you commands related to your kitties. Today I recorded a video. It did not go so well. I may record another one, probably not on stream. um, Beyond that, I am going to work out a couple of research projects for the next 30 minutes. What are all of you guys doing? What are you enjoying? What brought you in? We had a wonderful conversation at EK's. I know all of you guys were aware. I was talking to her when we first got started. Well, those who were here at the time are aware of it anyway. Um, and we were just talking about all the good and positive stuffs. Mm. Music and relaxing sounds beautiful. So you make music, Yakto? Go enjoy. I hope work goes smoothly for you. Thank you for bringing the community over and for raiding in. It is a pleasure to see everybody. Talk to you soon. And I will eventually get that thing to shut down. That unable to request. Yeah, but it's a Monday that started with brilliant people. Oh, cool. Blends and mashups can be fun. I know somebody who used to do that a lot. Now they don't, but they had a lot of fun with it. Some of them were really good. They really surprised me. Very cool. So, what kind of songs do you like working with the most? Oh, how cool! Sounds like you've got a good plan. That's awesome. Okay, we do say 30 to 9 minutes on our Riftopia. So, for those who are playing Riftopia with me, thank you. We are not going to be at 39 minutes. We are going to be at 30 minutes. Just so you know, I will be starting it early. Actually, look at the clock. It might be a little earlier than that. I today I'm taking Dad down to his car is down, or no, I think his car is the one that's up, and my brother-in-law's car is down. But either way, he doesn't have his vehicle, so I'm getting him back to bed basically. Oh, that's very cool. That's a really unique approach. That's absolutely brilliant. I like that. Okay, so that is now on my face. I just realized I need to change my lurking room or spot. That's okay. I have. I think that's so creative. It's I'm all about doing things in an approach that's different than other people would expect or other people might be doing because you learn more that way wherever possible. Obviously, it's not going to work for everything. Come on, computer. It's not that hard. It's not. The computer is griping at me. It doesn't want me to do the things. I have figured it out. Mm-mm. Mm. I'm attempting to research some processes to get some of the things set up for the house coming up. At least we're hoping for the house. Um, I think I just came up with a cheatsy way to do something. Not really cheatsy, because I mean, if it was really a thing you couldn't do, that you wouldn't be able to do it. So I'll find out. But I think I just found a shortcut to the house. That's what I'm saying. And I actually kind of think it's a smart idea. I don't know why I didn't come up with this in the first place. I've heard of people doing it this way with credit cards. This will be a little bit different. I think I can do this. Okay. I like it when you realize something and that ultimately makes sense, like and it'll open doors, and that'll be great. I gotta write this down because I will forget what steps from what I just learned. I will forget what steps apply. That would suck. So I am actually going to have a pop up bookstore coming up starting this week. It's really a lot more than that, but the pop up bookstore is just kind of part of it. Ultimately, it's going to be my books. We have a makers market in our area that it's a cooperative project. We're all jumping in and doing this together. And so, Inexhaustible Media, which is my company, we've got a face painter slash artist who will be doing on the spot customized projects, whether it be face paint for the tiny people, or we're actually getting like notebooks that have blank covers. So they're little notebooks. They're going to be about this size, uh, and then they're going to be plain covers. And then she's going to sit there and decorate them basically from some of the choices and options. She'll probably do one there so people can see what she's doing. Yes, those should be here Tuesday. She's got most of what she needs as far as that goes. And we can always grab more stuff if we need to, same day, if absolutely needed. Um, I think it's A6. I think small. I think I think it's 6. Um, so that's going to be done at the table as well. These are just like a vendor spot, but we've got so many everybody who's there besides including the truck, because there's a food truck there that's actually They own the parking lot that we're going to be at, and then a bunch of us will set up there. And right now it's from now until the end of July, but we're going to go longer ultimately. We're going to continue this every Tuesday until fall, and then hopefully by fall we will have found a spot indoors and a little bit better. Realistically, we might not, and as such, we would have to pivot our process to seasonal. Could be worse, and so we'll go and set these up, and it become I'll have a pop up bookstore slash art stuff. We've got a table that's doing crochet, that's got crocheted things. We've got a table that's got, actually she's another artist, but she also, like, she makes purses and things. Another author, excuse me, and she makes purses and things. So she's going to do, yeah, I think it's A6. I think it's a smaller one. The one's coming in anyway. Uh, but what we're trying to do is create a structure for a cooperative makers market thing that can be reproduced. We've got a couple of places that we're looking at to be able to create. There's an old church building that's not that far away. Much appreciated, Angel. Always. There's a an old church that's not so far away. And once you pull everything out, obviously you've got a big open area. We'll have to take down, because you don't want to misrepresent anything. So we'll be taking down, if I don't know, we're getting anything like this, so don't hold me to this. But it would be a case of us remodeling it a little bit ourselves, to get it situated so that we could just bring tables in and set them up come winter. But we're still, all of that's months away. We haven't figured that part out. But until then, we start. It'll be Tuesday. This tomorrow. Boy, do things happen fast, don't they? But my dad's got a bunch of used books, so my grandfather had a habit of collecting books like they were the only thing in the world to do, which is wonderful because I'm never gonna knock someone for reading, that's for sure. But it does mean that when he passed, my dad acquired a few thousand books. He already had many of his own because he also reads a lot. So we are going to go through some of those and bring some of them to the pop up bookstore, and we'll mix that in with what I'm going to be selling for my own books. And the great news with this makers market is that for those of us who are indie, I will be able to acquire titles that I can then sell at the pop up bookstore. So that's going to be something I'm going to be organizing, uh, a way to do that. And um, I might work on, like, creating some kind of a catalog for people I know and get their books in there. I don't know yet, but these will be made available through the bookstore, um, through the spot where we're setting up, and it's gonna be fun. I am excited. We're gonna be able to set everything up in a way that's gonna be supportive and encouraging and positive, and we get to do it outdoors. We'll be out 4 hours, 3 hours a week initially, but our hope is to go much longer eventually. Um, I'm not babbling totally. I'm only a little excited about this one. All right, my friends, we are actually going to start our Riftopia battle. I know it's way early, guys. I am so sorry for that. But I, ooh, I can do that now. But I do have to go get Dad to bed. Basically, he's going back to where he's been crashing. So he'll be at home if he's not already, and then I will get him to my sister's. Nope, not at all. So let's kick some Riftopia butt, and then we are going to raid another writing Riftopia captain. I only had 2 raid targets in mind, and one of them came here. He's doing much better, Angel. Thank you. It's just the juggling without the car, and he's all worried that that there's a problem or something. There's no issues. I'm happy to be able to help. It gives me an excuse to go see my sister too. I'm good with this. I love a victory. I do. I do. We are going to drop over here. Um, wait a minute. Oh, I'm on the wrong panel. Meld has this opportunity to be able to record or work with both vertical format and horizontal format, and I have them both turned on most of the time. So if you get on the wrong spot, it can be very confusing. So thank you again for follows. Thank you for subs. Thank you for just coming in and keeping me company through this and putting up with my rough morning. Thank you for being the highlight of all the day and for being you. I am truly grateful for your company, and I am truly grateful you're you. And you're here. We are rating the Tiger Rights. I think so. He is a Riftopia captain. He is also a a fellow author and a fabulous creator. Guys, seriously, if you've not read any of his books, you need to go grab one. Ask him for links when we get over there. Believe me, you will not regret it. I have yet to grab one of his books or listen to him do a read and correct that I did not enjoy the story. If you are playing Riftopia, today is the last day of the playtest. There will be more playing coming up. Please jump in and don't hesitate to get into the game, even if it is today. It will go down today, but we will have it back up in time, and they are moving closer to working out the kinks and making a proper release. And once we have more information, believe me, I will be sharing it. I love you guys. Thank you so much. I will see you in the next one. Have a stupendously wonderful day. Raid call is That's All She Wrote, and your favorite raid emote.